happy people. I am your host, ultra runner and coach Tanya, and your magnificent co-host, Andy.
Dun, 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 dun. I don't know why I don't know.
It was so funny because I was listening. You guys, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been kind of uploading the first episodes into my Instagram because I kind of realized I never shared it in my personal Instagram for some reason. And I was kind of re-listening to the first podcasts. Can you imagine? It was like
yeah.
it was like me getting ready for Namibia.
Right.
That seems like ages ago. You were saying I already have like recorded 5 times that you said I'm not a runner. I will never run. And it's just funny, as I'm reposting it, I have to relive them a little bit. And it's actually came in a good time because now I'm kind of getting ready to kind of close this project, which I don't know how I'm going to feel about it. If I'm going to be sad or I'm looking forward to it, but I'm definitely sad that it's going to be over. I'm a little scared in the sense of what I'm going to be feeling after I cross the last finish line.
Yeah, I done it a few months back when I was out running. I had a wee listen to some of the older podcasts, and it's dead interesting because I think the thing is for me, different from you, it's a journey that we started at one point and we're totally different in some ways now. I think it's because obviously you going through the deserts and is learning a lot of things on the way through.
And you've learned a lot of things as well.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard the first episodes, if you're just kind of like catching up just now, I invite you to deep dive or do a jump into the first episodes because there is a lot of funny stories that I totally forgot about them as well. So I was giggling about a couple of stories that you were like, saying to the people. But yeah, if you're interested, definitely jump in those.
And speaking of previous episodes, what about the last one with Steve?
Oh my god, you guys have to go to that one. It was so much fun as we are getting ready for Cocodona. So I think this is gonna be our not last episode, one more. We have one more to go, and that's sort of how I wanted to finish the season. Just this one, and then we have just one more, and this is gonna be not the last season, but it's going to be a big break after this because I am going to venture into obviously the last 250 kilometers desert in Atacama, which that finishes the 5 challenge deserts in 12 months. And with that, I'll be going back home because the next race, which you all know is Cocodona, it's just in the States. So for me, it wouldn't make sense to come back all the way here for 2-3 weeks and then go back home or go back to that side of the world. So I'm just going to stay home, which I think is going to be great to because I'm going to be in recovery pretty much, just living in my bed and just light walks. And so it would be great to catch up with all Mexico, and I haven't been there in ages because obviously all the traveling and stuff. So it's going to be really good to be back home and kind of, I don't know, I think it's going to give me a really nice boost. Or even my parents were here the last 3 weeks and they just left. That's why also we were a little bit late uploading the podcast this week. And it's like so amazing what family or support can bring you, like in the emotional side of it. I feel like way much more like confident and like boost my energy, and it was perfect timing again because I am getting into my last week of heavy training, and then after this it's gonna be taper and it's gonna be Atacama and then 4 weeks of recovery and then Cocodona. So I think this is the last training week for a while, guys.
The good news about Cocodona though is you have people with you. You've got a team with
I'm gonna have. So it was very interesting. Back to Steve chat. Steve is the race director of Cocodona. Check out the last episode. We have a chat with him, which it was really eye opening. He gave us really good insight and tips in how to approach this new distance for me. New distance and the new kind of type of race, because now we're back into the normal non-stop kind of format, so it's not a stage race anymore. So yeah, it's gonna be great to listen to that if you're interested into tackling one of these races of this magnitude.
And one thing about that as well is we will be sending live videos out.
Yes.
So if you're not subscribed to the Instagram, then subscribe to the Instagram, because what we can do is we'll be sending out live updates, and we're actually going to take our semi-professional looking camera and we're going to be
He's going to try to document.
I'm going to try to document as best I can.
You can these ones, because the other ones you've missed all the adventure.
So that'll be exciting to put all that together. It's going to be really
fun. And also Atacama, or obviously the organizers, have live feed of the event, which I thought, we were talking about with Steve, that has been a total game changer, because you can literally tune in the YouTube live and you will have cameras all over the course following all the runners. That's the other thing I love about them. They follow all the runners from the front of the pack to the end of the pack, and in the middle they have them in live stream. So it's really interesting to see them all. And I usually put them when I'm just at home doing nothing, and I just love seeing the people coming into the checkpoints and the energy and the vibe. So you will be hopefully seeing me there in the cameras. I'll try to wave when I see one.
And also you're going to meet your lady crush probably.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. I need to mentally prepare, because I know I'll see her at some point before the race, because once the race starts I'll never see her again, probably.
Yeah, she'll be finished and you'll just be getting on the stage.
Yeah, well, 3 days later, Tanya arrives. But listen, she may come out, if I'm the last runners, she may come out, because she's that kind of nice person that she comes and welcomes.
Everybody know?
Coordinated Walker.
She's everybody's favourite, to be fair, isn't she?
I know, look at my face.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I need to mental prepare, because if I see her, I'll be like, oh my god, like a kid.
I tell you what, it's quite interesting. I do.
You are.
I
I'm a fan.
I follow a lot of different ultra runners and different runners. And whenever anyone does interviews or talks about inspirations, a lot of them talk about
I just love her because
she's so different, so inspirational.
Another thing, I was listening to the first podcast, and that's one of the things that I was saying, that I don't have a demon. There is no demon here. I don't have a struggle past, or I'm not holding to anything. I literally just going for the fun of it and just the memories and adventure. And she isn't that kind of same fun. She has no trouble past, or any no demons. She's just there to have fun and enjoy and eat nachos and eat food, and that's sort of the same vibe that I have. Maybe not as fast as her, but it's the same kind of, why do we do this thing? So that's why I like her.
Same idea is we have recently been following a lot William Googe.
Yeah.
And he was of a similar mentality, isn't he?
He's another ultra runner.
He actually has a few demons in his past, if you want to go back and watch his documentaries and so on.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing about him is he's not your typical ultra runner.
Yeah.
I actually remember someone saying, maybe, I can't remember what podcast it was you were watching, but he is the anti-ultra runner, isn't he? He's people think that ultra runners
smokes and drinks
and he goes to
and
parties, he's a model, but he's dead cool. After every day he has a couple of beers and then gets back in.
It's not fair for all the other mortals to be that cool, and you're just trying to survive.
These things are good for people to see. It takes that stigma away from ultra. Not necessarily a stigma, I think that's the wrong thing to say, but I remember
the wrong idea that everyone's we're a dirt bag, or you're a troublesome mental struggle person,
I love seeing the sport and that kind of change.
It brings every sort of people in there,
and that's what you'll see in the start line of Cocodona.
I think there is a little bit of everything. There's a little bit of everything in there, and so stay tuned for that. So enjoy the last 2 episodes, and this episode I have I'm gonna share with you all. I think in the first season as well, I shared with you the nutrition, sort of what we eat during these kind of races. So we got that covered, and then I kind of never shared with you the gear that I bring to. And then now that I have my heart set on definitely certain things, I will show you and share to you the things that I've learned along the way, because I think gear and food is one of the most popular questions that I get all the time. And so we'll dig into those two. But first, of course, Andy's facts.
Well, on the gear front, and what we'll do is when we're talking about gear today, your gear, we'll do the best we can to describe it for our listeners because obviously.
Don't change the channel.
So gear check, it's called today. Gear check.
I love that you put the name of the podcast episode.
So first of all, I'm going to talk about gear for ultra runners mainly, and some of the differences between them and regular road running or whatever it may be. We bit about the fabrics as well. So actually, I've only got 4 facts today and not 5, but that's because it's a wee bit of a longer one. So I wanted to talk about footwear design tailored to ultra marathon demands, and trail demands, and that's something that people ask a lot. What's the difference in shoes, etc.
We also have a podcast episode on Find Your Soulmate. It's called. I can't remember the number of the episode, but it's also in season 1. So if you have questions about the footwear, well, Andy's going to talk a little bit, but there is a full episode on that in season 1 as well, guys.
Okay, so unlike marathon shoes, which prioritise lightweight construction for speed on road surfaces, ultramarathon shoes are designed for endurance, comfort and varied terrains. A key difference is obviously cushioning. Ultramarathon shoes typically offer greater shock absorption to reduce fatigue over prolonged distances and prevent overuse injuries. They also feature enhanced durability and protective elements such as reinforced toe caps and rock plates to shield runners from rugged terrain. Additionally, ultramarathon shoes often have aggressive outsoles for improved traction on trails and a wider toe box to accommodate foot swelling that occurs over extended races. These features make them essential for sustaining performance and minimising injury in ultra distance events. Also, as a footnote, it's 100% not recommended running in road shoes on trails. However, you can do it the opposite way around. So you can run roads and trail shoes and Hoka Challenger ATR7 and Nike Pegasus Trail 4 are considered hybrid shoes, which work well for both. Which I didn't actually realise there was such a thing. I didn't realise there was
hybrid
hybrid
shoes. There's some shoes that are, I think mine's are kind of hybrid because the spikes on them, they are not very out. There's some that look like claws into it, but mine's are not. So maybe, and it's funny because it depends on the trails that you are running or your races in. For example, there was another race, I think it was the Canyons 100 or something like that in the States, that I was listening that the pavement, even though it's trail, that the terrain is very flat, even though it's like dirt road. A lot of people run with road shoes because even though it is a trail, there's no really you don't need that traction. So also it will depend the terrain on it. Even though again,
do you know what? When I read this, I went and had a look at my trail shoes and my road running shoes.
Okay, I'll share.
So my
you want me to share mine?
Yeah, my Nike Zagamas 4 are really, really wide, but they're trail shoes. And then my Asics Power Boost Trail, they're hybrid ones, are a bit narrower. And then when I looked at my Alpha Flies, they're super narrow. So when you sit the three of them down, you can see the progression of one to the other. And actually, the Asics sole is in a kind of midsole. It's not as sort of thick or as rugged as the Zagamas, but then it's not quite as bad as the Alpha Flies.
I am terrible because I think I'm not a normal runner. Sorry guys out there, because I know we're supposed to be shoe obsessed. I'm not really shoe obsessed. I marry with one brand and then one type, and I will run with those until I destroy them. So I do not have. I know what people say about shoe rotation, that you should train with different shoes. I don't. I just love my pair of shoes, my running shoes. I had them for years.
I think you just need to know when they're done.
That's a problem that actually happened in Jordan, because then, if you remember, I used them too much. And then I changed from the Hokas. So one thing that you will notice, we started in the podcast, we talked that I was going to run with Hokas, and then we swap a little bit with, and I ended up doing most of the races with my New Balances, which I totally love. I am showing you here if you are in the YouTube I'll show you my shoes that have been, obviously these are, I think I've run with 2 or 3 pairs by now, and these are my go-tos. Are the New Balance Fresh Foam. I just love they're really chunky. Not everyone likes the chunkiness, obviously. Fast people would maybe not particularly enjoy them, but I like them. Remember, it also depends in your how long you think in being out there, your weight. I am a heavy athlete, so I do need as much cushion, and there'll be long hours out there. But I found them super comfortable, super cushion, and I buy them in one size oversized because I know my foot is going to be really swollen. And to be honest, the first day or two, they are a little bit loose in that shoe, but day 3, I can barely put them in again. And like by the last day, it's a struggle to put them in. So yeah, these are, and then I tape the Velcro to the sides, if you can see in the video there, I'll show you, but if not, it's a Velcro that is glued and sticked so in like all surrounding the shoe, and that's where the gator goes with a little bit of this thing.
So for those who are listening, just to describe the shoe a wee bit, obviously I'm a sneaker guy, I love this, but actually these are the New Balance Fresh Foam Trail version AT, I think it's AT4.
Just don't smell that.
Yeah, they are kind of the orange, and they have got a high stack on them. Now the stack, just looking at it, looks well over an inch, so it's quite foamy. But the other point is that when it comes to trail and ultra running shoes, that there's a lot of brands now that are talking about the Vibrance sole. So it's really chunky, which is the point, and you can see quite clearly on this shoe that it's got a wider toe box. But as well as that, from a drainage system that we spoke about before, it's really good, because what it has is it's got a lot of very small pinholes right throughout the shoe that lets it breathe as well as lets it dry.
By the way, this is not a sponsored app, guys. This is not, I'm not trying to sell you New Balances or anything, but New Balance, if you want to sponsor us, please do.
But I actually, do you know what? I actually run in the road version of these as well.
Me too, obviously.
The New Balance Times to Hire, and I absolutely love them. They're so good. Do you know what? For me, it's a good recovery shoe.
It's a good recovery shoe. Yeah, and all my miles are recovery, so probably.
That's me, a good recovery shoe. Who would have thought?
I'm telling you.
Recovery.
Do you want to smell them?
Do not worry, smell them. I can smell them. I can no, take them away. Take them away.
I can smell them. It's not that bad. All right. Shoes.
Okay. So next one is efficient load carriage system, enhanced performance. So in self-supported ultramarathons, where runners must carry their own gear over long distances, an efficient load carriage system is essential for performance and endurance. A study in Frontiers in Psychology compared different weight carriage systems, so handheld bottles, waist belts and backpacks, and found that well-designed running backpacks distribute the weight more effectively, reducing energy expenditure and strain on the body. Backpacks with chest and waist straps help stabilise the load, preventing excessive bouncing that could lead to muscle fatigue and inefficiency. Additionally, ergonomic pack designs with strategic weight distribution have been shown to improve running economy by minimising upper body movement and maintaining balance, especially on the uneven terrain. Selecting the right backpack for any ultra distance can significantly impact comfort, efficiency and overall performance. And that was in Frontiers in Psychology.
Alright, so we're jumping into backpacks.
Backpacks, let's do it.
Righto. So as you know, I've been using my Red Light backpack. I really like it. There is many brands out there. Not many, but there's a couple of brands out there. This one, for what I've heard, is not a favorite of a lot of people because it's quite high. So it really well depends on your body kind of type and structure as well, and pretty much what you like, right? I haven't had any issues with my backpack. So yeah, I will be cruising the last of the 5 deserts with my trusty red light backpack. I love it. I've never had faced any issues with it, and yeah. What do you think? So I'm showing you here in the screen
Yeah.
the backpack, and yeah.
I think just to talk about it a little bit for our listeners, is the one thing that I notice about this pack compared to mine. Obviously, there's a lot more going on in it because it's more for long distance, etc. But the amount of pockets and
Yes,
zips and tags and everything. I mean, you can tell by the fabric. The fabric, I wouldn't say it's nylon, but it's a super lightweight fabric. You can see that there's areas that are built to be waterproof. You've got plenty. I mean, the pocket distribution's amazing on it. You've got something. I can see you can reach for something everywhere.
The good thing about this one also, it has a belt, so this goes around my waist. Oh, hold on, I found something.
If it's a snack, it's mine.
Oh my god, we found snacks! We found snacks! I don't know how long those been there, so let's just not try not to eat those. But yeah, so these goes in here. My 2 water bottles go in the front, and yeah, it has a waist kind of belt. I do add an extra belt to put the food that I'm going to be running with, or I'm going to be using while I'm running. And in the back is everything else that I'll show you in a little bit. But in the back, I really never open it that much during the day, and I have everything planned. So whenever I get to the camp, I just pretty much open the top of the backpack and I pull out what I need for the next day, and then I close it. I think one of the things that I've learned in the desert or in these races was that you have to pack also to don't need to unpack everything every time, because I did that in Namibia and on the first desert, and it was a total nightmare. Having to pack and unpack everything every day was very tiring and time consuming, and you want to rest, not be packing and unpacking.
Some of the other things I notice about this compared to normal running backpacks is how much it's super lightweight, but as well as that, it has a lot of padding around it for comfort. So you can see that it's more designed. You can tell right away it's designed for longer distance rather than shorter distance.
And also your poles go in this one, your poles go in the front as well. So yeah, I'll put a picture, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it in all my posts and all my Instagrams.
It's the Legend 24.
Yeah, this is a 24-liter backpack. So I have to feed all my life for 6 days in this tiny bag, 24 liters. And then again, usually it weighs around 8 kilos, the things, and then one liter, which is 1 kilo of water. So I will be carrying, usually the first couple of days, 9 kilos.
One of the interesting things I think I've read about long distance trail running or ultra running or whatever when it comes to backpacks is people should really try on different ones.
Yes, try different
because
ones.
different body shapes fit different packs.
To be honest, I tried that one, I liked it, it worked, and I didn't have to try another one. But if there's something off in your backpack, definitely try. It got stuck.
You're stuck to the Velcro of your shoe.
I'll put the shoe as well. Yes, try different brands. Even it's like a shoe, you need to try which one it suits you better.
And the other thing I was reading is actually, even if you're going into a store to try it, ask them if you can fill it up. So fill it up with
that's
things.
a good shot.
Yeah,
definitely.
because what happens is
the
it
weight
makes
distribution is so different. So what I did, that's a good point. Thank you for bringing it up. So I do not carry the 8 full kilos in the back. So usually I would say it will be around 6 kilos in the back of the main backpack, and then I have 1 kilo in the front, which is the waters, and then I have around 1 to 1.5 in a different belt. So it's another belt where I usually put my camera and the food that I'm going to be using to fuel the run, because I don't have to dig in the back. I usually don't take my backpack at all. I just go into my kind of like my kidney belt, I open it, or if there's camels or something around, I need to take my camera. That's where I take my camera out and shoot. So usually in the belt I have like 1.5 kilos. So So there's not a lot. The 9 kilos I'm telling you is not all in my backpack. And I found that there's people also that put a chest pack, so that way you don't have to be carrying everything in your back. I do really. You need to practice if your back is strong enough, or if it hurts. Just know that there is ways to relieve that weight in your backpack, and then put it in the front or in a waist belt, for example. Yeah. So play around with the weight distribution.
Another pro tip from the non-pro is that also looking at rub areas, because what you can do is there's a lot of backpacks that, because of your shape, for example, muscular guys probably wouldn't go for that kind of backpack. They would want a thinner strap, because what happens is it sinks in. So I was reading that also something that you always carry with you is the tape. That you can actually,
I carry tape,
you carry tape. So what you can do in some cases is actually tape these areas. Tanya's eating whatever she found. You can actually tape these areas to protect them as well. But it's always worth looking at the rub areas, because that's...
This is my trail snacks, guys.
God knows how long they've been there.
Probably a couple of weeks.
Okay, next is technical fabrics improve
we're going into the good stuff. Okay.
So ultramarathon apparel utilises advanced technical fabrics designed to regulate body temperature and manage moisture effectively. Common materials include polyester nylon. These synthetic fibres are widely used due to their excellent moisture wicking properties, breathability and durability. They effectively draw sweat away from the skin, promoting quick evaporation and keeping runners dry. Merino wool, which is another one, a natural fibre known for its temperature regulation abilities. Merino wool keeps runners warm in cold conditions and cool in hot weather. It's also breathable, sweat wicking and natural antibacterial properties reduce odour. And then one that I didn't know about was bamboo. An eco-friendly alternative bamboo fabric is naturally sweat wicking, antibacterial and incredibly soft, offering comfort and performance. These fabrics collectively enhance comfort and performance by keeping runners dry, reducing the risk of chafing and maintaining optimal body temperature during long distance events.
Yeah, so let's see what my favorite gear is made of. Polyester.
Polyester, that's okay.
That's so good.
Check.
Yeah.
Check.
So I'll show you the stuff that I bring, right? So I mean everything is red light because it's a brand that is pretty much specialized in my kind of races, which is stage racing and in the deserts. So all the materials, even the backpack, that's why it's a lightweight. Clothing is also lightweight, and it's thinking in that kind of, the materials, and it's soft and warm. So yeah, they're very specialized in that kind of races. So I'm showing you, this is the long sleeve. So by requirement, we need to bring a long sleeve t-shirt. And this is the one that I use. It's made of polyester, and it is the red light. It's super light. If you literally can grab it, I have to put patches, right, in my sleeves. I have to put the race patch and my nationality patch. That's why you see us all in the pictures with nationality patches. So I put the patches, and it's literally like 100 grams or less of t-shirt. The patches are heavier than the actual.
Yeah,
sure,
I remember
when
we got it put on, we were thinking that as well.
Yeah, people say that you can print them, it will be less heavy.
Okay, so it's called the Red Light Ultra Dry Light Long Sleeves.
And that is 100 grams, I wasn't wrong. See? So yes, so you need to think about, and even if you are running in the mountains, I would really recommend always to bring a long sleeve. If you are in the UK and if you're just training, I would always have it, because you never know. It's just this is a mandatory kit, but I think everyone, if you're training, even you need to, because it's just safety. Be safe out there. So yeah, that is my long sleeve, and then I'll have my trusty t-shirt. This is so funny, right? Because my favorite t-shirt, you will think it will be like a high technology brand, or well, you're gonna laugh, but I found it in H&M, and it is my absolute favorite top of all times. It's just baggy. I don't like anything that is tight, obviously, and then more after 6 days you are all bloated, and I cannot deal with anything that is tight. So I found this one, like, it was very boxy. It has like kind of holes into it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
perforated everywhere, isn't it? Yeah, so it's
perforated, so
through.
it leaves, you know, the air and everything to go through. I really didn't even check what's made of. I bought it because I thought, oh, I like it, I'll just use it for my normal day or whatever. And I loved it so much that I ended up actually, you know, committing to this for my desert. It was white, but
It's not white anymore.
it's now a little bit of
Grey, brown.
oh my god, guys, I hope you can see this. The state of these t-shirt. Well, if you can't, you need to jump on YouTube for this, or if you're in the live, you can see it. This is the state of the t-shirt. I swear to God, it was super, super white at some point.
It's been washed many times.
I tried as much as I can. I think you can see in the back the form of the backpack or my back. Look at that. You can see the shape of my top.
What are the materials on that?
So this is literally an H&M top. You don't have to go like very fancy on that. I don't know, because I cut all the tags as well.
Oh, did you?
So I'm trying to, no, I cannot. No. You see, I cut all the tags. Every gram counts, people. So I took all my tags away. So I don't know what is it made of. But
do you know what? I think that's an important point as well, talking about gear in general, is that you don't need to buy new gear every time. What you do is you find your ultimate t-shirt and you wear it to death.
Well, to be honest, it's because also we have to commit with sewing the patches to it, and I don't want to,
keep doing it.
Yeah, do another one. So it just, I committed to this one and I like it. I changed one actually, and Namibia was the only one that I ran with a different top. And it stinked too much of what's the name of a fire pit?
Ah, yeah, just smoke.
The smoke, and I couldn't take off the smoke odor of it. I couldn't. I washed it, and it's still smelling really bad. Otherwise, I really like that one as well, but I couldn't. And this one again, H&M, just a normal top. It washed well. It may not look very clean, but I swear it's clean and smells.
Not bad. Smells not bad.
Smells okay. He smelled this one. He passed the smell test. There you go. The shoe didn't pass the smell test. So there it is. This is, I think I should, I'm going to frame this t-shirt.
When it's done, yeah.
I should frame this t-shirt. I don't think I will use it for a normal gym day because that looks absolutely disgusting.
No.
But that's how I'm going to show up to the last race. So yeah, that's gear. I mean, we can go into more gear because obviously, what do I use for? So we have to bring a puffer jacket as well. I don't know. Well, in the other deserts, I really never used it because it was pretty hot. But in this one, Atacama, it's it's a requirement, so you need to bring it anyways. I haven't used it in the other ones because it's been hot. But in this one, I probably am going to wear it because it's quite cold in Atacama at night. So it's one of those deserts that gets quite extreme, and you are required to bring a puffer jacket. And funny enough, this is the puffer jacket that I found. And again, you are going to laugh about this one, but I found this one in Muje.
Yeah, but the interesting thing about it is it's not like we hunted for a jacket, but
no,
that one
I see that in the shop.
It folds down.
It was super light.
Light.
Obviously, I put my patches on, but I saw it that you could really make it really small. And remember, all that matters is about size and weight. Like you want the smallest and the lightest thing you can get. And this one, it was super light because it's feathers, so it's quite light, but also keeps you quite warm as well. And you just you can fold it into the smallest pouch you could ever, if you are listening to us. It literally, I folded it into a 2x2. That was not me. I didn't explode. That's the thing. So it is like a 2x2 square.
2x2 what?
Centimeters.
Centimeters.
What? It is a 2x2 centimeters.
It's not. It's probably about 10 by 10.
What do you think? Alright. Anyway, if you can see, this is a whole puffer jacket in this tiny pouch. So yeah, this is
But listen,
Tiny
the
pouch.
important thing is it does a job.
It does the job. It's tiny, light, and I can squeeze it and shove it in that bag, and that's us. And then we have to bring also another jacket. Well, this, you guys, this is the funniest item I have to show you. So again, this is a red light. This is the red light desert gear for outdoor. And this is going to keep me warm, and it literally weighs nothing. It is like a paper thin jacket. It's actually white. It looks, like paper. And you can even hear it a little bit. It's like paper, and it's weightless. Doesn't weigh anything. And it is just a jacket. Just literally a jacket. I can run with it. It's quite light, it will keep me warm, and the pants as well. So this is gonna be my PJ when I finish running. I usually take off my dirty or wet clothes. I put them to dry, and then I change into something kind of dry. And this is what I do. So I put this one and the pants of this one, which is the same material. I don't have them here because I just ordered them because I broke the other ones. So yeah, this is my PJ.
The funny thing is people can hear you coming. Because you rustle all the way around.
That's what Lisa was
The
saying.
paper rustling.
That's what my tent mates were saying, that you can hear when I'm moving and shuffling around the sleeping bag, because it's this against the sleeping bag, it is a nightmare. So yeah, sorry for people that are sharing my tent. You better put your earplugs in, because I'm not gonna not move. So yeah. They were like bitching about my moving. I was like, well, if you don't like it, go and put your own tent. There's nothing I can do. And then they ask you for a waterproof well. This one, I stole it from a poor innocent soul.
This was my jacket. My favourite running jacket, my Montane running lightweight jacket, and it was stolen from me.
I saw it. It was super light as well, and taped seams. It ticked the boxes that I am need and required, and this is where it is. So Montane jacket. This is a super light, waterproof, Perplex shield. I don't know. I would say it's pretty old, but yeah. And then again, you can just like squeeze it, make it super, super tiny, and that's it. That's it.
And now it has the stitched on, racing the planet, Mexican
And you have
matches,
your flag now.
and it's no.
Yeah, yeah.
beautiful.
And then for leg wear, so what I will be running with, it's my red light skirt. Oh no, I didn't bring it. Well, it's a skirt, so it's
It's called Trail Raider.
a trail raider. It is a skirt that has shorts underneath, and then you look cute. Well,
Muddy.
running. Yeah, muddy. These are the shorts though, but I thought it was the skirt. I rather wrong.
Was that,
Yeah.
have you run in those shorts before?
Yeah. Again, red light, really good. The material is so light, like so light. You can see. I mean, it's not see through, right? It's
Yeah.
just seeing it see through, but
So both are
It's
by
fine.
Red Light. And
Red
those shorts are called the Active Stretch
Yes.
shorts for anyone that wants to have a look.
really good. And that's it. I have a hat. Again, you want the smallest hat, tiniest.
That looks disgusting.
You want to smell it?
No.
Again, tags are cut and out because everyone counts. And then I'll pull the hat. Guys, you need to watch this because this is horrible. I feel like a freaking condom when I put it.
It looks like a swimming cap.
They ask you for a warm hat, and I'm not gonna carry a big hat. Okay, this is what I've got. This is what it is. Hope you like it, guys. What do you think? The ones that are on live.
You look like a 15-year-old boy.
I put it. Imagine this, guys. So I am wearing my whole white outfit with this cap to go to bed.
Listen, they always say that these ultras and trail races aren't glamorous, so I think they've just confirmed it.
I need to take a photo of this because I will ask someone to take a photo of this outfit. It is hilarious and horrendous at the same time. But you know what? You see it all out there. No one cares anymore about anything. So that's the fun part.
Maybe
about
a bit glamorous on day one, and then after that, it's all gone.
I know, exactly. It doesn't. It's like I'm cute when I'm running, and then it's like I turn into this monster when it's over. Like, just put the ugliest outfit. But yeah, exactly. So yeah, that is pretty much gear done. I'm going to bring obviously my trusted gaiters. Again, they're red light. I think they're the few brands that have this kind of equipment. So these ones, for people watching, these ones go taped or velcroed into the shoe that I showed you before.
Actually, that's something important as well, because when it comes to gaiter and shoes, we've heard some stories about how some don't really work well when you've been using them for a long time, but when you velcro them on and you get it stitched on, they seem to work perfectly.
Yes, if you're going to do any of these kind of races, you need to don't glue it, don't do the half gaiter, don't just go to a person in the shoemaker or whatever and get them, because otherwise you're not going to survive. This, I've seen it all. People, please. And then they're trying to, I still see it. People get to the race and they're like, oh, I just glue it. I'm like, no, that is not going to survive.
I think Salomon do an underfoot one. That what happened.
I think Salomon now has this shoe that you can. They have a zipper, and then now it's like integrated gaiter in the shoe.
They've also got a gaiter that you put underneath. There's something
that is not going to work either, because if it's underneath, for example, Atacama or even Namibia had salt plains. Salt plains is like walking in sandpaper. It's gonna just kill anything that is underneath. You're right, and I've seen that as well. I've seen that gaiter that goes like underneath that. Just don't, because it's not gonna survive it. So yeah, just go with the old school solution for that. That's it, guys. I think that is all our gear.
Okay, so next then, and this is one that we talked about before, and you're not one of these people.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read it. So, compression garments may aid recovery. So, compression garments are widely used among ultramarathon runners to facilitate recovery and enhance performance. Research indicates that these garments can positively influence various recovery parameters. Reduction in muscle soreness. A meta-analysis published in PubMed found that wearing compression garments can alleviate delayed onset muscle soreness, DOMS, following strenuous exercise, which is beneficial for ultramarathon runners who often experience muscle discomfort after long distance events. Improvement in muscle strength recovery. The same meta-analysis reported that compression garments contribute to the recovery of muscle strength, particularly between 2 to 8 hours and beyond 24 hours post-exercise. This suggests that such garments can be effective in restoring muscle function after endurance activities. Decrease in creatine kinase levels. Elevated creatine kinase, CK, levels are indicative of muscle damage. Studies have shown that compression garments can help reduce CK concentrations post-exercise, implying a potential reduction in muscle damage and inflammation. While the evidence supports the benefits of compression garments in recovery, important to note that individual responses can vary. Factors such as the specific type of garment, the level of compression, and the personal comfort should be considered when integrating compression wear into the recovery regime. And you're going to love saying this next bit.
I don't like them.
Tell everyone how you feel in compression garments.
I don't like them.
Because?
How many people we have in life? Oh, we lost a lot of people in life, but I want to ask people listening, or even if you're watching, or whatever, just let me know. Do you do compression garments? I can't. I feel.
See it?
I feel like a sausage. I feel like a squeezed sausage. I can't. I just can't. I don't like it. I don't like any, even like a normal wear. I don't like anything that's tight.
Yeah.
And then also I've discovered that I swell a lot I swear and swell a lot during these events. And if people are like, oh, if you use compression, the swelling will come down. But I'm like, yeah, what happened in between? Like when I just can't. I just don't. If my body wants to swell up, just let it go. I actually, all the stuff that I wear, like my shorts, my t-shirt, shoes, everything is ordered or it's one size bigger. Because I know I'm gonna grow and I just embrace the grow.
You've got the room to do that, so it's
Yes, I just let everything grow. Maybe at the beginning my shorts are a little bit like I tie them up a little bit tighter, and then just eventually I will get to that massive size. But I don't. And I see a lot of people that do them and they do compression socks even in these races. It works for them. That's great. And then also you will have to carry them, and I don't want to carry that. So yeah.
But it's interesting that it does need recovery in their studies to prove that. So for some people, they'll absolutely love that.
I'm pretty sure it will work, because even if when you have a surgery, for example, they put you compression socks to recover faster. So medically wise, it makes sense, and for me as well, it makes sense. But maybe for Cocodona, I would put socks when I'm sleeping. I mean, I'm not gonna have to carry them. You guys, I will have people to help me to put the socks through.
Yeah.
If you knew how hard it is when I finish one of the stages to take the top off, it's a nightmare. My muscles or my back is so tight and restricted, right? And then having to take off a top that is soaking wet, women, you would know this, it is a struggle. So imagine you are like trying to take it off and everything is sore. Sometimes I get cramps just trying to take the top off.
I don't just think that's a women problem. I think a lot of guys have been there as well. I know I have.
But you don't have the tight top. You don't have boobs. You don't do that tight top.
It's when something's wet on you, it's the trying to get it off and over your shoulder.
But that's a t-shirt, yeah? Well, we have to deal with a top that is usually very tight, that's containing our boobs. So when we take it out, don't tell me it's the same. We struggle more.
Okay.
And trying to take it off, it is a nightmare. So imagine when you're like, I don't want to put anything that's tight, man. I don't want to put it. But yeah, I would, if you like it, go ahead.
Do it.
I mean, yeah. Cool. And then I have since we're in the gear, I guess, I'll just put out there the other stuff that I swear by or that I take on. So one of the two biggest things that I carry, obviously, is my sleeping bag. Again, it's red light just because, again, it's one that is made it's super light and it is very cozy. It goes to -4 to +8, so that's ideal. And it's a sleeping bag, but also you can turn it into a jacket.
I love this.
I know. I am going to be using this for Atacama because, like I said, it's going to be very cold. So instead of bringing a big jacket, I mean, you have to, right? I have a puffer jacket. But if it gets even colder and you need an extra layer, you can use your sleeping bag for it. I've seen people in Govi actually having this one, and they go out to breakfast with this as a jacket.
Yeah.
I haven't been that cold, to be honest, but yeah.
So just to explain to everyone, it's a sleeping bag with sleeves.
No, it's a sleeping bag without sleeves, and then you have 2 holes.
Yeah, but what I mean is it's got sleeve holes, sorry. That
And then you put your arms through, and then the hoodie, and then the tail, you roll the tail. And then when I'm in the desert, if you guys want, I can show you how this rolls up, but it's quite cool. Even if you like camping a lot and you're out there in the mountains and stuff, it's quite cool.
I've heard a few people talk about that when they talk about your gear. They love that as well.
Brilliant.
Such a good idea.
It's literally 600 grams. So this is one of the heaviest things that I have. But a sleeping bag with these details for 600 grams, I mean, you're not going to get better than this. So this goes into the bag as well. And then the second thing that is sort of big, and you may see it, that this one, I carry it outside the bag at the beginning because it's not going to be room enough inside the bag. Inside the bag it's mostly food, and then outside I carry this one. I tie it up, and then with the sleeping mat. This is one of my luxury items to bring. It is the inflatable mat. I've done one before with just a mat, like a cardboard mat, wasn't it, with the plushy mat.
It was kind of like a foam.
A foamy, yeah. It was a foam mattress. That was a nightmare, and I thought I will never do that again.
Do you know, interestingly enough, see the amount of runners I see carrying those foam
Yes.
mats that
Oh
fold
yeah,
all
I
up,
can't. No.
and what they do is
just-
they carry it underneath
It's
their
not
bag.
worth it. I think that's where you have to start choosing your battles. That one is not. This one is not unnecessary equipment. This is my only luxury item that I bring, because if I sleep good and I have like, my back is not gonna hurt, and I'll be okay. But I try to sleep in those foamy, which really doesn't have any support, and waking up the next day super sore because your back, you've been sleeping in the floor. I mean, people may be okay. Some people obviously they don't care, or they are okay with it. I decided that this will be my.
So, question on that. I take it you just blow it up by mouth, do you? Because, and then you have to uninflate it in the morning.
Yeah.
So how long does it take you to blow it up? And how long does it take you to take it down? That is my question.
Are you asking that question because you know my answer?
Let's tell everyone. Let's tell everyone.
How long it takes to blow this?
Let's do it.
If I'm very tired, 3 hours. That's the only bad thing, people. You do have to blow the mattress up. So, yeah.
And then what about deflating it?
You open the valve, and then you just you're laying down. I usually laying down in the morning, right? You wake up, and then I just turn the valve on or off, and it opens, and then it's like, and that's it.
How much does
That's
it,
not difficult.
How much does it blow up to? Obviously, I'm talking about if you do blow it up to capacity. Is it like a couple inches thick, or is it so it's quite?
Yeah, it's quite plushy. But it has a bulb thing that you blow once, and then it kind of multiplies it. Like you don't have to, like a balloon. It's not that much. But if you imagine this. I think it happened in Gobi. Jordan, no, because I was fine. But Gobi, and I come back, and I'm absolutely knackered. And it was 2 a.m. in the morning, and then I'm trying to blow this thing. Literally, I'm lying down, all my body is cramping and so sore and tired, and I'm laying with this thing over me and just blowing in the valve, blowing one blow, and then just getting knackered for 10 minutes. And then, I wake up again, and then blow another thing, and then just kind of got knackered again for another 20 minutes. So it took me 3 hours to just.
Does anybody get after a long run where they take a breath?
Yeah,
And it's like a nice soar. It's
no, it's not a nice soar. I start
you,
coughing.
You take a breath and it's like you feel something in your chest. It's like a nice soar.
But you start coughing.
No. But my vision is of you breathing that, going, oh. And then how many? 100 times.
100 times. So that's the only bad thing. I've seen now the technology is getting quite fancy. There's tiny bulbs that you just that's it.
Okay.
Have you seen those? They're
No.
a tiny energy bulb thing, and then you connect it. I haven't ordered it because I don't know if it will fit the mouth of the bulb, but you just put it and then it blows it. You don't need to blow it, you just turn it on and
It just takes the air from.
The thing is, I don't know how much weight that is. And again, you just have to compromise. If I want to compromise another 50 grams to just not blow a mattress up. Decisions in life.
Fair enough.
So that's the mattress, and this one also goes because that is my only luxury item. It is quite, I would say probably to 300 grams, 200 grams.
I tell you what,
that's
right?
my luxury thing.
For those who aren't watching, we're putting it all on the table, and I'm looking at it all thinking, how the hell does that fit in that?
I don't know. I think about that all the time when I'm packing. Obviously, put all this and then the food next to it, and I'm there is no way that's gonna fit in that tiny bag. But somehow it fits. Incredible. I will put up. I have recorded Jordan everything how I packed it, which I haven't edited yet. But one day I'll get there and I'll show you. But it actually fits. It's magic. It fits. But yeah, and then I put in a bag, in a tiny Ziploc bag. These are undies and socks. I do bring 3 socks and 3 undies. Don't ask. 6 days, 3 undies. Yes, that's correct.
Actually, also, I think it's worthwhile telling people to make the socks you get because they are brilliant.
They're brilliant. But I don't want to tell my secret. But okay, I'll share. I'll show you all because we're running out of time. But I'll show you. They are Danish endurance socks. I swear by them. I'm just gonna say it once because it's my best kept secret. It took me ages to get them and to find them. Maybe they don't even fit for you, but yeah, check them. I bought them in Amazon.
I think, but you know what it is? It's the cushioning and everything on them is really,
That's it.
really good.
I have literally 100 pairs, and this is all I run with. I don't use anything else.
They don't have them in my size. I've tried.
I don't use Vaseline or chafing or anything on my feet. I just wear this, and the blisters kind of stopped. I never had blisters. Well, maybe before, yeah. So after I changed to this, no blisters, no nothing. So I don't know if it's a shoe or if it's a combination but yeah.
I love them and hate them. I love them because I understand how good they
Yeah.
are, and I hate them because whenever I take the washing off the washing line, I just put them together and then
I
get
get
in trouble
demented.
because they're actually left and right.
There is a left and a right people, and he just marries all of them because he just thinks it all together. But they have a little bit of a left and a right in the corner, and I have to undo everything
I did not know that.
and find their partner.
So now when I do it, I just do it because I want to annoy you.
Yeah, exactly. So this 3 socks and 3 undies in this bag. The undies do not come back. The socks do come back. So I keep them here.
I've heard some people that use paper underwear.
You could, but the problem is like the chafing. I don't know. I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But it's fine. The undies are. It's yeah, collateral damage. It's what it is. So it's 3 undies for 6 days. So I'll go in details here. I'll just swap them turn them inside down. That's 2 days, and then they go to the trash can, and then the next day.
And they are proper granny undies, just so you know.
Do you guys want to know a funny story? Obviously. All right. So I'll tell you. I'm not gonna put my undies in the top. There is a happy dance when you are going to put a fresh undie in the tent. It's like fresh undie day. Woo-hoo! Because you live 2 days with that undie and it's like you just want to rip it off. And then the next day is like, usually I start the long day, for example, with a new undie because you want to be fresh and clean-ish somehow. And yeah, the top is the same one, like the top, bra top is the same one through the whole 6 days. I've used a couple of different ones through the whole races, so that one doesn't really matter. And yeah, but the undies, yeah, so that's a funny story. I get excited when I get a fresh.
Was it Mongolia that there was a camp near one of the rivers?
Yeah, Mongolia.
So you were able to wash a few things. I mean, you can't do that.
I did.
I'd seen in the video some people.
Yeah, some people were washing. Yeah, I seen that. But I was like, I'll just throw it away. Why am I gonna wash it? It's gonna be dirt. It's gonna be wet.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be carrying wet, dirty undies or socks or whatever. It's fine. And then we were one day away from finishing, so I just decided to just and then undies are cheap. I just throw them away, and then you unload a little bit of your backpack as well. And that's it, guys. I think that's pretty much all the gear kind of side of it that I wanted to show you, and because I know you all have questions. We also have a poncho, a rain poncho, a normal rain poncho, I guess. This is my medical kit as well. This Ziploc bag, I haven't changed it. It's been with me for the 5 deserts.
I was going to say it used to be packed a bit better than that.
It looks a little bit knackered at this point. I haven't even opened it, so I am really scared to see what. I think it still has sand from all the places. This is just quite disgusting, guys. I need to sort this out. But this is the tapes that I bring as well. Kinetic tape is really good to put in all the shaving areas that you know you're gonna get shaved. I get shaved, women probably, in the top, underneath the top, and in the back as well. So yeah, that's what I usually tape. So I bring a couple of those. I usually one would take me all the way, like all the 6 days. I take an extra one just in case. And then all this is just for tape the blisters. And you have that also in your kit. And then the creepy one is that you carry a needle, two needles.
Blister buster.
Blister buster, I like that. So you press the blister, pinch it, and then all the stuff goes out. That needs to be fun. Tip, pinch the blister if you have a blister, and then don't tape it right away. Just let it dry overnight, because the next day it may have disappeared, which that happens to me because I have really tiny blisters. A couple of times I pinch them and then people are like, oh, tape it or whatever, and I just let it dry for overnight, and then the next day it's like nothing happened, so I didn't need to even tape them ever. But you know, different people like to tape them right away. I like to let my feet breathe a little bit. I mean, they've been in a bag, in a sock, inside, you know, the gator for 9-10 hours, and I just don't like to put anything over it right away. I take my socks and I just let them breathe for the rest of the day. So yeah, and that's it. A multi-tool, a tiny multi-tool. Again, this is very good. I can cut all the tape and everything that I need to. Antibacterial, obviously, because toilet situation is not the greatest, so you do want to bring as much as antibacterial as you want, because you don't want to go to the toilet, eat with what you eat, and then just be sick or whatever. That is something that you have to be very careful about in these camps. Obviously, everyone's camping. There is no running water per se, so you have to. There's no water. Everyone's haven't washed in 6 days. Everything is disgusting. So you have to be very careful with what. Actually, I bite my nails, for the ones that don't know. And those 6 days, I literally stopped biting my nails because it's so disgusting, the state of everything.
You're
that
gritting them and all sorts.
I cannot. I think that could be the way that I can stop probably biting my nails. But for 6 days, I stopped biting my nails because it's just rotten. And yeah, I have a headlamp. I usually use my trusted Phoenix headlamp. Also, thank you so much for sending this over. This one was a gift from Phoenix, and I do like it. I do enjoy it, and this is what I usually run with. And it's been for a while now my trusty headlamp.
It's quite interesting. I've not seen one like that before, where it's got the wheel type.
Yeah, it has a wheel type in the back. And this is another light that you have to put in the night, a red light in the back of your backpack, just so they know that there's a person there. That's it, guys, pretty much. I have new sets of fork and knives as well, because all of them have died in all the deserts. I found ones that are plasticky, like really hard plastic, and hopefully they will survive. Because in Gobi, I think I took like bamboo made fork and knife, and it didn't survive. I think they got wet and then got destroyed, and like I was like left with no utensils for the next 4 days. You should have seen that. It was horrible. I had to be like eating the food in the bag from the bag, or with my hand, just like, which is disgusting because you don't want to use your hand, because what I said, and I was asking people for forks, and people usually only carry one fork. So
where did you find this one?
So yeah, I think it's like Mimoso, one of those shops. So it's just, you know, plastic ones. And seen the metal ones as well for camping. Just in case you're going to tell me about those. Yes, but they are very heavy. So yeah, you need to remember, first have to, literally everything I weighed it to see how heavy it is. So if it's really heavy, no, it's not going to fly. And that's it, guys. That's pretty much all the stuff that we're going to bring. And then we have been bringing the whole race. And for nutrition, as you know, that is also a big topic. you can check the episode in season 1 about nutrition. That whatever I showed you in there worked perfectly fine. So I haven't really changed anything. I just stayed with that. And then you can see Andy trying all this stuff. So you gotta do it to see that one because that's a funny one. All his faces were like priceless. But yeah, awesome.
That was a good one.
Yeah. So again, this is gonna be not the last episode. We have one last one. So please let me know what are your questions, because that will be the last time you all gonna see me for a while, and before Cocodona as well. So
yeah, I think if anybody wants any more details on the gear, they can get in touch. And
yes, let me know what we should talk about the last episode. How do you guys wanna set me off to my last adventure? I'm really excited to share it all again when I'm back. There's gonna be tons to talk about when I'm back. So yeah, let me know. I'm very excited, and Andy will keep you all updated anyways while I'm gone. But yeah,
we are ready.
we're ready.
Well, you're ready.
All right, guys, this is it for today. Thank you for stopping by here with us and have a chat, and have a wonderful weekend. And remember to keep doing whatever makes you